Good morning. Happy Friday. I was gonna say happy Wednesday. Happy Friday grocery haul. I'm really tired at the moment. It's just been a busy couple of days. I've half fixed my camera too. The screen that I can see myself on to look at the quality of the picture. I lost a screw and I've just like tightened the other one in, because before when I was filming I was like this on the camera. Doesn't matter to you because you guys are gonna be the same. Grocery haul this week was really small, $117.23. The only thing that didn't come in my order was the corn I ordered, and I ordered loose snow peas. They gave me pre-packaged snow peas, which is fine because the loose ones come in a bag anyway, so not doing much plastic waste there. Let me turn you around and show you groceries for the week, and then in today's video we're going to do a little prep to get that stuff into the fridge. So let's start off with the most expensive things for the week with these here. Chuck casserole steaks. These are beautiful, lots of fat on them. Slowly cook them down. These were on sale this week. I don't know if that was the sale price or if they were like $16 a kilo. I'm not too sure, but whenever I do like a casserole I get 2 packs, because one will probably eat as like a casserole, the other one I freeze, and either freeze to defrost and heat up as a casserole, or I turn them into meat pies, bit of puff pastry on top, or a deconstructed meat pie. So you get the casserole, warm the casserole up, put the puff pastry into the oven, let it puff right up, and you've got like a deconstructed meat pie. But with this here, what I'm going to do is I worked really hard to condense the fridge down this week. Doing pretty well. I'm going to add in, I mean, these are looking a little bit sad, but perfect for a casserole. So that whole zucchini is going to get cut up, that capsicum, there's a tomato looking really sad there. I've got leftover broccoli from the week. I've got heaps of carrots sitting there. That spinach may be getting a little bit on the sad side. If it is, I'll chuck that in as well. And then in my freezer, I've been pretty good at eating the tomatoes. I don't know if I've got any, but if I had any tomato, oh no. Well, that's happened, hasn't it? And you know who done that? Me! I put them in the freezer last night to cool down for my husband, and I forgot. There you go. Looks like I'm cleaning up the freezer today. But if I had any tomatoes, how bad is it, guys? How bad is it? Not too bad. Oh, looks like dog poo. Maybe I'm making banana bread today as well. Oh dear. I don't think I have any tomatoes. Trust me, that's going to get cleaned out after this video. If I had tomatoes, I'll chuck tomatoes into the casserole as well. I don't think I do, so what I will end up doing is putting in some tinned tomatoes. Remember when I was doing that stockpiling a few weeks ago? I've still got tinned tomatoes sitting there. I've got tinned tomatoes. So I'll put some of them in. I've got plenty of onions because I over-ordered onions the other week, so I'll fill it up with onions and make a really good hearty casserole, and that will last me. I could just hear a noise in the background. It's that. A good feed for the family for a few nights, and my kids do like it because this meat here, it just breaks down and it's nice and soft for the kids to eat in a stew kind of a form. Either use instant gravy to mix it up, or some cornstarch thickener, add some salt and pepper, spices, you name it. The next thing is corned beef. I love corned beef. I love corned beef in winter, so I'm going to cook that up. I actually don't have bay leaves. I dropped the container and smashed the glass, but I usually do bay leaves, brown sugar, vinegar, peppercorns, and sometimes a little bit of orange rind. I think a few of you said when I didn't have the white vinegar, you use brown vinegar and take out the brown sugar and just do brown vinegar, I think it was. And you said it worked out really well. And don't use brown sugar. Some people use maple syrup. So there's some really good recipes for it. Some people cook it in the microwave. Because I'm home, I just put it on the hot plate, slowly let it simmer for a few hours, chuck in a few onions to pickle them as well. Really good feed. Simple dinner, mashed potatoes, some steamed broccoli on the side, and then leftovers the next day. Corned beef sandwiches with pickle on top. So good. So one of these may become dinner tonight. I'm not too sure. Might do, actually no, because I want that to like really cook all day. I'm not going to have a time to do that. So we might do corned beef for dinner tonight. If not, I've got plenty of other food in the freezer. Milk as per usual, our usual milk. Last week, I mentioned last week about the custard. I had a custard I'd forgotten about and it was about to go off. So this is the one oh, hang on, what's the date today, people? Oh man, we didn't get to finish that one. I was doing so good. The custard that I opened, that I showed you in last week's video. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that custard. Anyway, the custard I showed you in last week's video that had like a day to go, we ate it. I made a bread and butter pudding using the custard and cooked it. And then the kids had custard for like 2 nights in a row for dessert. It was fine. I done the sniff test and it smelled fine, tasted fine, kids haven't been sick, but that one is now out of date, so I missed that. But someone gave me a really good idea. I actually don't have the utensils to do it, but you could have made, if you've got yogurt going out of date or custard, ice blocks. So if I had like little ice block trays or paddle pop things to put them in, I could have made ice blocks out of the custard, frozen custard as an ice block. So a few tips: if you've got things going out of date, freeze it. Put it into little ice cube trays. I used to do that with milk. If milk was going off and we weren't going to use it, I used to make like little ice cubes out of milk, and then for summer I could have like iced coffee and I've got the milk and then it just defrosts and it's totally fine. It's not out of date. It doesn't expire. Well, you got a couple of days to use it. That just helps with food waste. You know my tricks about avocados and tomatoes and that kind of thing. But there's plenty of things you can do for dairy as well. And you can freeze cheese. Cream. Always get cream. Probably every second week I find I'm getting cream of some sort. Last week we had friends come over and we had scones. So I had scones, jam and cream, and then we were making pancakes. My kids are loving having pancakes at the moment, hence why I had to grab more. They don't like the original, like traditional maple syrup. They love maple flavored syrup. I think the traditional or the actual maple syrup is too strong for them. They do prefer the flavored stuff, which is more sugar, but whatever. I usually get the Coles brand. Coles were out, so I got the greens instead, so I've grabbed that. But we've been making a lot of pancakes lately. So the other morning we had pancakes, jam and cream on a Saturday morning, and then every now and then they'll get like a maple syrup on top of it. With my pancakes, because we're having them like every second or third day, it's a really simple batter. I use flour, water, egg and a bit of sugar, or I don't use the sugar and I can add in things like vanilla essence or other slight sweeteners, or if you want it to be really savory, you don't have to add the sugar into it at all. But I make my batter up into a bowl. I then pour it into one of these cinchy pouches. These are all reusable bags I've had for a while. You guys know the drill. I've got like the yogurt pouches, I started with them, and then these are like all my freezy bags to put my foods into, and you will see that I do it in my freezer. I use them to freeze a lot of our foods. They're fantastic, they're reusable. I don't think I have Glad Wrap, guys. I don't have Glad Wrap in my drawer. My mum bought those the other week because apparently that was a good deal at Costco's or something. I don't remember buying them either. No idea. But I don't have... Oh, is that... No, it's baking paper and alfoil. I rarely buy those wraps, cling wraps, Glad Wraps and that kind of thing, because I do use these here. Or when we finish, we have leftovers, I just put it into a container. I don't use Glad Wrap, or I use beeswax wraps. So with the cheeses and that kind of thing, or a container that doesn't have a lid, we've got all of these beeswax wraps that we use. You can tell my kitchen still needs to be a bit of a tidied up, but I just use beeswax wraps to wrap things up on. Anyway, back to my story. I make my pancake batter up. I then pour the whole batter into here, do the clip up, and then it's got a little spout on the end, and then I can pour my pancakes and cook them. Gives me great accuracy, no spilling, no drips anywhere. But if I only want to put in like 5 or 6 pancakes for the kids, I put a screw lid on the end of that, put a lid on it, do it up, put it in the fridge. I leave it in the fridge for a couple of days, and if the kids want more pancakes, bring it out, heat the pan, and straight away I just pour out the pancakes that the kids are going to have. So this one here is actually very handy to use. I actually use these as well when I buy apple juice in bulk. if I buy like a 3-litre one because it's cheaper, I'll portion it up into these here, put this into the freezer because I do sound those cartons use after like 3 to 5 days or something. Sometimes I stretch it out a bit longer, but we don't go through 3 litres of apple juice a week. So I portioned it up into these, freeze them, and when the kids want apple juice, take it out, thaw it out, and then I can fill up their cups and they've got apple juice for a few days in one of these bags here. What is the literage on these? These are 1 litre pouches. I don't know how clear that's coming up, but these are the 1 litre pouches. You can get a smaller one. I don't use that as much. I want to say that's probably like the 500 grams. What is it? 500 millilitres. Yeah, so 500 millilitres, that's a smaller one. The litre one. So if you were to get one, I'd be going for the litre size one. Anyway, back to grocery haul. So that's why I've got the maple syrup there, and we'll probably end up whipping the cream and having that with pancakes at some point. Also because I don't have my coffee machine, and I'm refusing to buy one until I've got this kitchen properly laid out. I'm doing some stuff over here and then all over here. As you guys would know, we're not touching. I need to get another test done. We know they're asbestos in the walls. They're safe, they're not touched. I just need to see if these ones definitely are asbestos in them, and that back one there. So we're not renovating this kitchen for quite some time. Beautiful old range hood, kind of works, kind of doesn't. But I am going to do some stuff to make some more room. So I don't want to buy a coffee machine just yet until I've got the proper layout. So a dollop of cream in the coffee makes me feel a bit more bougie. I'm not gonna lie, whether it's whipped cream or poured straight from this container here, just a little dollop of cream in my morning coffee, my instant coffee, which I actually kind of do really like. I think I showed it last week here, this Moccona one. My camera wants to bring it up for you all. The Moccona Barista Reserve. That's the one I've purchased. It's almost empty. My husband loves the Robert Tim's really strong kind of coffees. He gets that from Woolies because I think only Woolies sell it, or Woolies do the half price deal with it. But that, the dollop of cream, just makes my mornings feel a little bit more calm and put together, if you know what I mean. My son is having these for school snacks, so it's the Nutrigrain Muesli bars. He loves Nutrigrain cereal. I got 6 bars. It was either $2.45 or $2.75. They were half price, so I grabbed 2 packs of them. They're just, he usually has like either a muesli bar, them as a treat, maybe some tiny teddies in his lunchbox. So I've got 12 packs of them, so that'll get me probably through about 3, maybe 4 weeks worth of rotating things around. And then pretty much just plenty of fruit, well, not plenty of fruit and veg, actually a small haul for fruit and veg this week, so I didn't need a lot at all. I got asparagus, 2 cucumbers, kiwi fruit, an apple, 2 apples, a red capsicum, plenty of bananas, broccoli, and some snow peas, and a pumpkin. Pumpkin's either going to become pumpkin soup with some cream or sour cream drizzled on top, served with some crusty bread. Or I'm going to slice it up, put some honey on it, put it into the oven and roast it right down and have a really nice roast pumpkin that we can add to any dinners that we do this week. And along with that, I have got just our usual stock standard bread. Now, because it is a small grocery haul this week, I'm just going to set my camera up probably about here, and you can just watch me food prep. This is the part that I think is really important once you get your groceries. Put it away properly to set you up for success for the week. And let me explain what I done wrong the other week. I chucked everything into the fridge. I was like, yeah, just chuck it in. And I have not prepped my carrots. Usually I'll peel my carrots, cut them all up and put them into a container of water, and they're prepped and ready to go because we literally have carrots every night. Do you know not once this week we have had carrots? They're just sitting in that container, not being used. I need to prep my food to make it that easy for me, that dumbed proof that I am going to use it. Like I said last week, we had spag bowl last night. I bought cheese that I didn't need last week. I forgot I had this block here. That's the beeswax wraps I use there. So getting your fridge organized, I'm not talking looking pretty with lovely containers and everything stacked and looking nice. No, 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 no. I mean prep your food. So I'm going to stop talking now. This is me finishing the video. Thank you for watching. I'm just going to give you some... Look, it takes 5 minutes. Let's just get it prepped. I'm going to put the meat into the fridge in a spot where I'm going to grab my milk away. I'm going to cut my pumpkin, put it in containers. I'm going to get my fruit sorted. I'm going to get my broccoli pre-cut. These are ready to go. So when it comes to dinner, all I'm doing is grabbing the pieces I need, not having to cut anything up, making dinner easier, more successful, and more likely for you to cook it than let it go into food waste or getting takeaway. So that is my grocery haul. Enjoy the food prep, guys. Bye.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the ground.